this entire lineup making their World Cup debuts. There was a lot of question marks about Julio Enciso went off with a little bit of an injury against Nicaragua. Was he going to start? Was he not? Was he even available? Well, he starts, and that is a big one for Paraguay. Miguel Almiron, you recognize him from Atlanta United and MLS. And then up front, Sanabria, he will play as that point person. Big battle with him and Chris Richards, something to look for. But Enciso and Almiron, the two key players for Paraguay.
We were in Russia 8 years ago, the day before that World Cup began, when the voting rights were awarded to the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. But the idea of bringing the men's World Cup back to the United States, well, that started the minute the 1994 World Cup ended. A smashing success both on and off the field. And so if you think about it in that frame of reference, what we are about to see is a moment 32 years in the making. The men of the United States on home soil in front of 70,000 fans in Los Angeles at the FIFA World Cup. And their first of 3 games in the group stage against Paraguay on a lovely Friday evening in Southern California is underway. The United States in their new shirts with red and white stripes, that's what Paraguay traditionally wears. So they've switched to the dark blue. And if you look back at World Cup history for the U.S., what you learn is that any time the U.S. wins or even ties their opening game of 3 in the group stage, they always advance to the knockout round. Anytime they lose their opening game, they've always been eliminated. And so even though there are games to come against Australia and Turkey in the next 2 weeks, there is an inordinate amount of importance on this first game against Paraguay, which has seen its first hard tackle in a matter of 30 seconds in. And Mauricio Pochettino understands the significance of getting off to a good start, but that's where it gets tricky against the Paraguay team. They're back in the World Cup for the first time since 2010. They ran the gauntlet of South American qualifying. We started by far, their manager has said, we re-embrace the Paraguayan DNA, intensity and shutouts. They do not concede many goals. They do not lose many games. They are here to spoil the party tonight. What do we expect in this game?
A lot of that, a lot of competing early on in this match.
Green trying to close in late on Sanabria there off the free kick. Richards beaten to a loose ball. It's going to flash all the way across. Freeze might have gotten the touch. Osiris on the far side hooks it back in. Richards stabs it away.
This is a team in Paraguay that made more tackles than any other team in South American World Cup qualifying. They are going to compete. They will be physical in the match. And I can talk about tactics, and we will get into that as this game goes along. But first and foremost, this game is going to be about competing, setting that tone early. We saw the U.S. make a strong tackle. Chris Richards had to be aware. I think Freeze did get a touch on that at the near post. But they have a lot of set pieces. And here comes a long throw to start.
This is the specialist for that Coster is the right back. Anthony Robinson heads away. This one rising high for the second ball that's brought down by Andres Cubas of the Vancouver Whitecaps. One of 2 MLS players on the field for Paraguay. The other on their own was the target, but it's not Freeze there yet.
And good pressure there from Balogun up front. I expect as this game settles into a little bit of a rhythm that the U.S. will have more of the possession. Paraguay have no interest. Look, they're going to back up. They play in a very tight block, 4-4-2. They don't want to concede the middle of the field. They want to force the U.S. wide. The U.S. have to make sure that when they have the ball, they take care of the transition moments, but they will have chances.
He's going to go on the other one. Balogun controls. Wow, the goalkeeper Orlando Hill. And a good early attacking look for the United States.
And Weston McKennie can be the joker tonight, finding space. He can drift in that number 10 position. That time he finds space wide, flicks it off for Balogun, and just couldn't quite get enough power on the strike. But that's a good early sign, getting McKennie freed up facing the field. Here he is again.
Just able to keep it, pokes it away, Balogun outside. Serginho Dest. And now he was in fact offside. So that's the semi-automated offside technology. That is electronically basically ruling that yes, indeed, there was an offside there before Hassel Streksen, our Dutch referee Danny Mockley, blow the play dead.
Yep, pretty clearly there, just a step offside. Good early link up though so far. And Weston McKennie's a player you heard the studio highlighted. We've been talking so much about when he played deeper, when he played wide, when he plays the 10. We've seen his club soccer over in Juventus in Italy, and when he's a little bit more free and can find the game, he can be very dangerous with his energy.
Very comfortable day. It was quite muggy in the stadium earlier. It's a translucent roof. It basically turns into kind of a greenhouse when the sun is overhead. But the word from Vinny Tapp downstairs is that since we came up from the field and the sun fully set behind us, it's very comfortable. You see Gustavo Alfaro took over as coach of this team about the same time Mauricio Pochettino took over for the United States. And they've thrown their way into this first World Cup in a generation. Tim Reed becoming today the oldest man ever to play at the World Cup for the United States, captaining the team at the age of 38. Chris Richards beside him, the Alabama native who missed the last World Cup with an injury and was able to be back in practice all week after not playing a game for about a month with an ankle injury.
So interesting stuff. You see one ball right on your screen, Weston McKennie. He's drifting out wide right. And then that just makes Serginho Dest get inside front of the game. I think we're going to see a lot of that from McKennie, trying to be elusive in midfield too, and Pumas and Bonilla for Paraguay to try to figure them out, get him facing the field, and then, more importantly, attracting some defenders. That's the conversation right now with Alfaro, and then Miguel on the right in front of him saying, look, hey, McKennie's going to drift out, you've got to organize a little bit. So they're very aware early on, we're trying to make sure they get the rest of McKennie on the racks.
Tackle. This scrum of bodies. Dest comes out with the ball. Poked it over the head. Again on the right. Atlanta United with a big tackle there. Anthony Robinson thought about jumping for that. Instead backs off at the last second on Cáceres. Now Cáceres trying Julio Enciso. Coming in off an injury a week ago. Cross in. Richards is there in time. Last out Cáceres for a U.S. roll.
Good clearance, but that's the danger man, and that's what they're looking for. Really, their offense at times is a two-man game. And Tyler Adams is the man that's tasked with trying to track him, and he was with him until that speed from Enciso gets down the line and gets the cross. He's looking for his strike partner in Sanabria, but another good clearance at that near post from Chris Richards.
Might have been the first time all game Christian Pulisic has touched the ball, and it was very brief. So lobs it forward, Reed threw his body in there just in time in front of Sanabria. Up in the U.S. goal in transition, Weston McKennie. Morales streaming, Isaac cut inside. Here's Christian Pulisic on the ball now, draws the double team. Slips it on the team, pulls it in the box, Weston McKennie,
This is just a terrific team move from the U.S. Starting all the way back in their own end. And it's a pass from Alex Freeman that leads Weston McKennie in front of him. Allows him to run with the ball now. Look at that pass, takes the midfield out of play. McKennie's got options to his right, opts to cut it back. Get it to your man, Christian Pulisic, who can make things happen. 2v1, no problem. Gets defenders off balance. Sneaks into McKennie. He's trying to cross it over Bongan in the middle. And it's Bonilla who ends up putting it into his own net. But that is Weston McKennie, and that is Christian Pulisic. We're talking about stars making the game for their team. There's your two stars, America, and there's your opening goal.
Third fastest the U.S. has ever scored in their World Cup history. First time in 20 years they benefited from an own goal on a World Cup. And we saw with Mexico, and we saw with Canada, the other one, the approach of scoring first in these games. How does it change things for the U.S. to get that goal, however it came?
It's a little bit of an X-ray, but what I want to see, and what I expect to see, is this team keep the foot on the gas. Been a really solid start, but yet we've seen Paraguay have a couple of moments in transition. This is a Paraguayan team that is not going to quit for a one goal down in 9 minutes. But for the U.S., this is a game I think they're going to need more than one goal. They've controlled it with the ball. They're finding good opportunities to transition forward. So this has been the start that this crowd would have won it, this team would have won it, and Mauricio Pochettino would have won it.
Anthony Robinson for Pulisic. Again for Company against the field. Let's see what Dan Hoffman decides to do. Is he going to go early for a yellow card here as Juan Jose Castros draws the yellow, and a dangerous U.S. free kick coming too.
Dangerous position. And you said a couple of minutes ago that Pulisic hasn't really had a touch of the ball, and he hasn't. But it doesn't matter when you get the ball like that if you have the quality that he does just to bring the game to life. So special. Sees Castros going to ground, slips it through his legs, little nutmeg here, just glides past defenders. He's so good on the dribble. He's a player that also relies on a lot of confidence, and that's why it's so important. He scored. They're playing in the lead up to this, but you see a guy that's playing free and is ready for this moment. And now it's going to be a set piece for the U.S. I expect this to be Tillman with an in-swinging ball with the right foot.
Big Tillman, 17. Anthony Robinson beside him. Tillman the fake. It's Robinson. Dest might seem ready for that. Lewis will cycle it around. Freeman, nice little touch to create the space. Hooks it in. Tillman, body's crouching, popped along in the air. Tillman brings it down on their own, spins it back or tries to, falls for Pulisic. No traffic for him, had the attempt blocked. Robinson, first there, U.S. throw. Alex Freeman, one of the players like that freezing goal that just had a meteoric rise in the last year to be on this field right now. Weston McKennie, early cross. Robinson going to battle in the air there with Diego Gomez.
Yeah, great spot by Robinson. One of the questions I had coming in, John, was how aggressive with the USP when they have the ball. Well, the answer is very. They've got Robinson high on the left leg and Sexton center.
Pulisic, behind him, waiting for support, early cross. But again, if you
yes, this is what comes when you have numbers in the attack. Really, they're defending with Reed and Richards, because look how deep now Paraguay are. They said, if you're going to sit back, we're going to play with numbers in the attack. Paraguay cannot get out of their own end. This is excellent counter-pressing, great positions. The U.S. are solid defensively, and more importantly, attacking the ball right now.
Pulisic now. Tillman. And right into traffic. It's going to be a foul though. That was Bobadilla who met Tillman, and Tillman is shaken up from that one. It's a U.S. free kick.
And Malik Tillman playing in a deeper role than we've been accustomed to seeing him both in club and country, but that last match playing deeper against Germany, like what I saw with his relationship with Tyler Adams, but also when you're playing against a team which is sitting deeper, he has that ability just to jump out of tackles, to create things, to make passes, make things happen. So now all of a sudden you've got Pulisic, Tillman, McKennie, Serginho Dest, all guys that can beat players 1v1, which makes this U.S. team very dangerous in the attacking third.
Pulisic skips away from Gomez, and now Castros waiting for him, is defending on a yellow against Christian Pulisic.
That should be stopped. That was touched by the referee, yeah.
And it is going to be pulled back now by the referee, Danny Moffale, because the ball touched him. And led to a change in possession. I think maybe what he's arguing is he was waiting to see what happened there. President of FIFA, Johnny Infantino, is the president of Paraguay on the left of the shot. He looked like the Secretary of State on the right of the shot. One of the dignitaries here this evening in Los Angeles. Pulisic puts it forward. Castros sends it back out the other way. And Reed there had to be a little bit careful because he got more of Sanabria than he did the ball. Cristiano Gomez the yellow card as well. So that's two Paraguayan defenders on yellow. Amaro knocks it down, and Ciso. They're backing off, and at least the first on the deck. Well watered. Matt Freeze's goal.
And he felt like he took a touch as he got that shot off. Ended up winning the second ball, trying to get Tyler Adams off balance. He does, creates just a little bit of space. But pretty clear he dragged that wide, and at least on that first look, didn't look like it took any touch off the U.S. Oh, it did actually, maybe the slightest little nick off Tyler Adams' right foot.
Robinson, under some pressure there. That was good pressure from Diego Gomez. And Paraguay with the throw high up the field. So Pochettino all the way outside his technical area. Kind of pushes players on for that effort there defensively. Adams knocks it out. On your own, MLS star for Atlanta United, Andres Cubas as well out there with the Vancouver Whitecaps. A long throw from Junior Alonso, headed out by Tyler Adams. Just swinging a miss, trying to clear. On their own, draws the contact. Told to get up by the referee. And Malaga wins a U.S. throw. Quarter hour in, the U.S. up an own goal right now against Paraguay. Jay Tapp down the field. You're right near the U.S. bench. What was the reaction like when they scored so early?
Well, John, I'm so close to the U.S. bench. I actually just had a touch when that ball came out here. I'm that close. This is an interesting vantage point, but as expected, absolute elation from the U.S. team after that goal. I did notice something interesting, some frustration from Tyler Adams following the goal. He came over to Mauricio Pochettino. I wish I could get up and get closer to hear what he had to say, but Mauricio Pochettino, hands on his shoulders.
Just all kinds of movement in front of the back line for Paraguay, causing problems. They don't know who to pick up. You've got McKennie there and Balogun, and who's onside? That touch from McKennie leads to Balogun. Just a heavy first touch from Serginho Dest. Gets away from him and takes the angle too wide. So now you've got defenders coming across. You've got Hill coming across. And then that means that Dest had to look for the pass as opposed to the shot.
Anthony Robinson to take first corner of the game for the U.S. Freeman to the back post, pops it back in. McKennie brings it down. Robinson, great spot! Richards! Oh, come on, defender, it's going to be a foul. And now concern as Richards is down, Alderete is down. And the medical staffs are going to run out here from the respective benches.
Yeah, good recycling of this ball. Comes at the back post, ends up being cleared away by Bobadilla. U.S. on the second ball with McKennie. And now you're recycling at the back post. Can you find space? Richards loves to back up to give himself an opportunity to attack it. He did, but that's a brave header from Alderete. Ends up drawing the foul by getting in front of Chris Richards. He'll be trying to dunk that one at the back post. And this is something to look for. Some of these set pieces, these corners, these free kicks from the U.S. They've been working a lot on this in practice, sometimes going short, just trying to find ways to free up these guys at the back post.
Not yet a full hydration break, but an opportunity for an informal one. And players to come across. Alderete is up on his feet. Chris Richards is still down on the ground. As Richards out of your picture is being helped up to a seated position. Jenny, it's a chance for you to finish your thought before I want to go. Go ahead.
Just very interesting in terms of the body language from Mauricio Pochettino. I mentioned it with Tyler Adams. He was just talking to his captain, Tim Ramier. Obviously positive, but Mauricio all week has been telling me the importance of managing the mental energy and the pressure of this World Cup. He's very calm. He's trying to make sure his players are feeling the same in this focus.
And really encouraging and really helps this team with some of that. How this team is going to start and how are they going to handle the pressure? Some of these players have been waiting for this moment their entire lives. Safe to say they passed the early test. But one of the big things in talking to Tyler Adams.
U.S. is defending man wide right now because Richards is on the side. That's why Freeman slid across there to have that ball away.
So we talked to Tyler Adams in practice this week, and one of the things he said, look, we may not be going against Wales in the first half. And let that game slip in the second. Let that time that match. How different the World Cup is. If you win the first game, first you tie or lose it. He feels this team is more mature. We'll see how they handle and
again. Tillman heading away behind the box, is down. Couldn't connect with Anthony Robinson, and then goes flying pass and a pump to Conference. Stabbed backwards by Reed. Tillman slurs away from Diego Gomez. Somehow, I thought of it was giving someone a piggyback ride out there for a moment. And it ends up as a U.S. free kick.
I don't think it was a mutual piggyback. Yeah. Doing a good job using his strength just to shield Caceres, who's on a yellow card. We've got Gomez, as you said, on a yellow card, so, or we thought was initially, but
so
that was rescinded.
That looks like that was an error that we saw on the World Feed broadcast. It does not appear Gustavo Gomez was shown a yellow, just Caceres. We've got Richards back out, Alderete back out, full strength, 20 minutes gone.
Look at your picture right now, another variation of a U.S. build-up. So Anthony Robinson's pushed high and wide on the left. Pulisic coming inside. He dropped into a left-back position. Now he's floating. I think all by design for Pochettino to free up his key players, keep them active, hard to mark.
Tillman, great flat. McKinney didn't do much with it.
Tillman sees U.S. have good possession. We've got good cover defensively. So now he just drifts a little. So he's got a license to run into the back line. That makes Paraguay drop. Now you've got Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie following up the play, trying to get on that ball. Lovely little flick. Just the inventiveness, the freedom in which some of these players are playing within this structure.
Good pressure by Malik Tillman there. And a reminder, we are a minute or two away from the first half hydration break, even though the temperature does not require it. As Malik Tillman is limping out of that play. That has been mandated by FIFA this World Cup. Rather than some games do and some games don't, but some will definitely need it. Every game will have a hydration break in the middle of each half. And the concern right now is Malik Tillman, who is clearly struggling with something out of that prior challenge. So maybe it's good timing for him to have a break coming up and get some treatment. And that'll be one of the themes. How do you go into the break? How do you come out of the break? What sort of tweaks do coaches make? It changes the game. From making it a game of two halves, it's a game of 4 quarters now at this World Cup.
There's never been a tournament in the history of the World Cups.
Pulisic brings it down from Tim Reed. He's got Robinson for support. Saw him late.
The coaches will have as much influence as they will in this tournament. Hydration breaks, all the different opportunities with a 26-man squad, 5 different substitutions. We'll see how, again, Mauricio Pochettino in his first World Cup as a coach handles these moments.
Here's Pulisic. Caceres on a yellow. That's upside down a bit there. Really doing it for Tillman. Fouling Tillman. It was just enough there by Alonso to shield McKinney off his run, allowing Keelan to come collect.
That's good defending by Alonso because he's tucked in tight to his center backs, not allowing that lane to develop there for McKinney to run onto. The little combination has been really good. Tillman getting turned, half turn, finding Balogun playing as a point striker. Something we saw with Raul Jimenez in Mexico yesterday. It's just, look, the striker, they want to score goals, but the modern striker at times is asked to do so much more. Back to goal, laying it off, still being available in the box, but also in the build-up. And Balogun's done a good job of that so far.
It was well done a moment ago as Richards couldn't get the ball out of the air. Ream and Freeman did well to clean that play up there. For Paraguay to get any sort of attacking possession. Appropriately enough, Anthony Robinson on the ball there as George Lucas is being... Well, it wouldn't be George Lucas, would it? Someone looked like him. Being shown on the screen, it was a lookalike. The lead was to the fact that Anthony's nickname was Jedi, but it sounded better in my head. What would be impressive here. Here's Pulisic now, Caceres overhits the cross. And that will be the end of the first quarter of this game, such as it is. This hydration break is powered by Powerade. It comes midway through the first half with the United States enjoying a 1-0 lead over Paraguay, courtesy of the own goal, 7 minutes in here in Los Angeles.
What makes soccer the most searched sport in the world? Maybe it's because you only need a ball. Maybe it's because it gives us a reason to believe.
Look at me. I believe you can do this, all right?
We'll ask ourselves, can I do that?
So who's the part of it? And we saw the U.S. in both of their warm-up games kind of struggle. They lost their edge coming out of hydration break. How do they keep that from them? As we come to your first one, it's going to keep it around a second. Let's see it. Melissa driving in now. In for Tower. Great first touch. Still So that must have been very tight indeed.
Well, I wondered if Pulisic was maybe offside on this first one. Yes, that was the one. I don't know if it was the one on Balogun. That one might have been offside as well. And this is the part of this offside technology. You want to let plays develop. Was Balogun offside or on? I actually think he might have been offside. It was a nice finish at the back post, but either way, the question you had started to ask me was, how did the U.S. keep on the momentum? That's what you do right there. Pick up where you left off. Just passes, good movement off the ball. The crowd cheering the decision, but it is the right one.
Just couldn't get there, although McKennie pumps it forward. Well, contact there. At least Gustavo Gomez and Flo Balogun getting tied up. And again, when there's that delay in the call, that is actually the system working. The on-field officials are told to wait, not necessarily raise the flag immediately, as Alex Freeman has taken a kick.
I wonder if we might see this game start to flare up a little bit the way it did back in November. These two teams met in a friendly. The US ended up winning that 2-1. Freeman was a player that was involved in that scuffle, I suppose we could call it. It turned into a version of a fight. Yes, a bench bringing ball. But that was something I also said, even in that moment, was a good sign for this team, that they were together and battling.
Green, Robinson, couldn't hand it off for Pulisic. It was Alex Freeman and Gustavo Gomez right at the end of the game, and they ended up basically wrestling for a ball that was out of play, and it sparked the benches clearing. And Omar Alderete was on the field today. He wasn't even in that game, and he started roughing up Freeman in that fracas, and he was shown a red card from the bench, essentially. That was how the last game between these teams ended in November in Philadelphia. 2-1 U.S. win. And you can be sure it will be a theme. Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey, they all feel that they can physically intimidate this U.S. team, and they're going to attempt to do so. Great ball, Robinson for Pulisic on the run. Pulisic trying to cut it back.
This is the version of Christian Pulisic that everybody knows is there, and even better. Just so lively down the left-hand side. So positive in his running. He sees that his defender is tucked in tight in Cáceres, so he runs in behind, finds the space, but gets his head up, and just lays a beauty of a ball. The way the pass allowed Balogun to take it first time. Excellent position and focus to open up here, and look where the goalkeeper is and find that far post. Talks so much about Phil Balogun and his hold-up play, but still for a striker, you're judged in those moments, and Balogun delivers for the United States.
Phil Balogun, one of the key additions to this U.S. team. He was born in Brooklyn. He was raised in England. His parents are from Nigeria. All three of those national teams wanted him, and he could play for all three of those countries. He chose to play for the United States. Tillman puts it over the top for Weston McKennie early in, doesn't contest, and hooked away. And in no small part because of a concerted recruiting process by a lot of U.S. fans via social media a couple of years ago. And now can the U.S. not settle? Can they keep their foot on the gas?
John, I'm looking around this beautiful stadium, just covered in red, white, and blue, and almost everybody standing. And they have been brought to their feet by the performance they have seen on this field. I think there was some question marks. How would this team be received? The whole World Cup, what's the power of the magic of a World Cup? Well, we're seeing it. But you're seeing a team that is inspiring those fans. It's early days, but this is what this fan base would have wanted to see. A team that's attacking, that's dynamic, that's scoring goals, and passing the early tests in this World Cup.
Okay, popping up on the left this time. Gustavo Gomez able to hook it away. U.S. throw. Pulisic able to escape the pressure.
And really, Paraguay having a lot of problems in the middle of the field, which, as I set up the game, it was about Paraguay taking away the middle. They tried to be very compact. But what the U.S. has done is very smart. They've overloaded it with Pulisic coming inside, McKennie playing with freedom.
Robinson, some Tillman, a little bit off balance there. Cáceres tangled his legs. Pulisic tackles it away. Tillman picks it up. A little pump fake. Tillman trying to find back. first there, a loose ball. When he runs into his own player, is able to escape the immediate pressure. Richards knocks it away. Jess picks it up from Alvarado. Serginho Dest stops it, play through, tripped up, flipping an advantage. Is an advantage, Dorian. Anthony Robinson. He slows down there, but he's going to set it up for Christian Pulisic, who's created both goals here tonight. Working on Castle's goal, they come back into the middle, goal again! And he's just skipping off the top of his head. Dest to recycle for Freeman. He won't be able to find McKennie's around the box. Dest hooks it in. Looking for a shove to try to create space. Vernon is trying to steer it back to Dest. He's able to control that off the chest.
With the left foot and nice screen out to Pulisic. He's attacking two defenders every time. Here comes a counter tackle.
This is day 2 of the World Cup. Tomorrow is when it starts to really get going. It's our first 4-game day, including a triple header here on Fox. The Tigers switching starts it off. We will be in New Jersey. Yes, you heard that right. We will be in New Jersey to watch the five-time champions Brazil take on the darling to the last World Cup, Morocco. Then Haiti back in the World Cup for the first time in a half-century. Scotland back in the World Cup for the first time in a quarter-century. Coverage starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, here on Fox. It's going to be a wild atmosphere in New Jersey tomorrow as Brazil take on Morocco. Two teams who, in the case of Brazil, their history, in the case of Morocco, their recent form in the last couple of years, expect and hope to be in New Jersey for the final in July. McKennie on the deck, stacked away, only as far as 9-10 blocks. That'll spin behind for U.S. point.
Here's that running, because then Serginho Dest. This is what Pulisic's doing on the opposite side. He drops down, that brings his defender Alonso with him. McKennie sees the space, he runs beyond the back line, and now, again, just head up, first time ball into the box, looking for Tillman. Shot comes off with a deflection and a U.S. corner. And something I mentioned before, just look for, sometimes they'll play it short, they look for the top of the box where Anthony Robinson scored that wonder goal against Germany. But set pieces are clearly an area the U.S. field that can try to find an advantage. Stacking at the back post right now.
Malik Tillman, who was shaken up a couple minutes ago, just before the hydration break, looks to be fine. Swings in the corner. Richards!
So this time everybody's at the back post. They create a ring. He drags a defender with him. Then Richards just beats his man to the ball right around the penalty spot. I think that one was intended for Ream overhead, and boy, that was just past the post of Hill. Chris Richards attacks the ball so well in those situations.
Richards not letting Sanabria get anywhere near that ball, and Dest hits it in the head, back of the head, and he's shaking it. You heard the ooh from the fans here who saw that. Danny Monte, the referee, will check on Dest. It really is. I mean, it's Los Angeles. You would expect nothing less. But the amount of celebrities who are here to watch the United States, the amount of fans that are here in this building, the place is completely full. It is the promise of everything we've been hoping for years. And as Mauricio Pochettino talked to us about when we went down to training camp Tuesday, is there's pressure that comes with it. You don't want to let the country down. You don't want to let your family down. You don't want to mess up this opportunity. They've been trying so hard, the coaching staff, to remind these players, just do what you always do. Remember who you were as a kid when you fell in love with the sport. Go and do that Friday night. That's what we've seen through 38 and a half minutes. Just the winner hit that pass on their own, allowed to intercept. Paraguay navigate this last stretch here before the half. This is absolutely not how they thought this was going to go. Only 2 goals in the first half. Freeze clips it long. What sort of resilience can they show? What sort of fight can they show?
And Matt Freese was barely out of touch. I think he had his only real touch of the game was 2 minutes in when Paraguay had that chance down on the left-hand side. He has to kind of just chip it to the back post, be alert. And it's a nice position to be in as a goalkeeper when you're not having to make a lot of saves in games and you can just feel your way, and especially for a guy like him who's making his World Cup debut.
Let's get pulled back for a foul. Flo Balogun's down in pain. Holding his right leg, he's still down on the ground.
I think he just ends up, Pumas ends up standing on his heel.
There's Des now. Des trying to get around the corner. That's what he does. And Keelan had to be a little ready for that one.
He was almost guessing that time, trying to anticipate the cross, which ended up running. I think he left his near post exposed. Great move from Serginho Des. He's been lively down this right. Just again, the guy that can beat players off the dribble. If you have guys like that, it can unbalance an opponent.
5 minutes plus stoppage time to go in the half. And the Visa halftime show coming up on Fox at the break. Rebecca, Thierry's Latan, and Alexi down to our left in the main concourse with their thoughts on what we have seen. Goal for the U.S. created for Pulisic cross in the 7th minute. Pulisic giving the assist on the goal to Flo Balogun at the half-hour mark. Christian Pulisic's 21st career assist, tied now for 4th most in U.S. history with Clint Dempsey, our teammate, for the next month and a half. So Pulisic there is going to commit that foul.
Now, this one doesn't go his way, doesn't get the ball, gets a foul, but just the main thing I notice right now from Christian Pulisic is his confidence, even when he's got 2 defenders coming his way to close him down, not dumping the ball back and just recycling it. He says, give me the ball, faces up his defender, gets him on the back foot. That's contagious, and that's how the goals have opened up because of his positivity, his relentless running, and just, that's confidence. That's just pure confidence and trust in his ability.
That was a big question for a lot of these guys. What sort of confidence would they have coming in? What sort of momentum would they have coming in? As a team, it looked like they maybe lost some of the momentum in March. Christian Pulisic, more than anyone else, it seemed like didn't have much confidence this spring. A career-long goal drought that was ended against Senegal. And one of the things he said there was, I actually thought they're playing pretty good this spring. It's just that all he wants to focus on is goals. Leo and Ciso now. It's a great tackle by Freeman. Green is there. It deflects, but it's going to fall for Pulisic, and he runs right to the trap, but he's able to keep it. Now here's Guest. Big tackle there by Alex Freeman. The Revolutionary Serginho Des. Options for him. That's right to the guy. Gets it back in the trap. 6-6 for and keep the U.S. from grabbing a third. Freeman had to get that right there. The third and Ciso. Alex Freeman back, trying to dance his way in the box. McKinney's offside, can't be involved in the play. Really, really good work. And the youngest man in this U.S. team, 21-year-old Alex Freeman.
Fun stuff, isn't it? Just feels like freestyle in moments, in these transitions where the U.S. pick up the ball. And the biggest compliment I can give them is the fact that every time they get an open space, this crowd comes to its feet, they expect something. Step overs, runs off the ball, 1-2s. It's really fun, it's unpredictable. But it's the best this attack has looked in a long, long time.
Pulisic just toying with Costers, hands it off to Anthony Robinson. Tillman had Robinson running through, turned the other way, and now he's in trouble. And the referee just going to let that go both ways. Adams gets nutmegged with the pass. Richards quickly up the field.
Really smart. on the attacking player to make sure he stopped that counterattack, and did so even without picking up a yellow card.
But that was very intentional, as you said, from Chris Richards.
Yes.
He saw that ball and he made a 20-yard sprint.
And
Gets the backwards range, slams it from his knees, heads into Chris Richards, who returns the pass. When it's your mouth, it's your mouth.
this is immaculate. Maybe two things. The fact that we've seen a couple of players crawling and losing their footing. Couple from Paraguay. 5 added minutes.
And yet we'll have a lot of stoppage time in these games because you're taking a 3-minute break. So the starting point is 3 added minutes at the end of each half. James Gordon, the After Hours crew on Fox That, a nightly recap of World Cup action. Kylian Mbappe will be the special guest tonight. That's on Fox at midnight local time. Robinson, too far for Bellingham. Robinson, a guy that had a year and a half of injury nightmare at one point in the fall. He and the coaching staff weren't sure he'd be at this World Cup. He's flying around. Death had 2 years worth
Team
of
USA!
He's flying around. Ballistic.
His country.
Sergio Della looks like he was struggling in AC Milan as much as he didn't think so. He's been flying around. It's a great sliding play there to win that ball in the middle. That was Diego Gomez. And that'll be a Paraguay throw. 1 minute gone to 5. It will be, in fact, a free kick, actually.
Yeah, and I think because it's a free kick, they're going to use this as a chance to put the cross pressure for time on the U.S. score, potentially. So, might not seem like a big moment, but this is now everybody up from Paraguay.
And then
the center backs.
score here.
Freeze going to be his first goal in the game for a long distance.
Yo, y'all need a book. Come on.
There's a togetherness to that. There's no option at the top of the box for McKenny. And in that moment, just really start taking out the ball. This running off the ball has just caused so many problems for the Paraguay defense.
Once more, Freeman once more. McKinney has moved around. You realize an important reception there. Richards wins the hand. Adams was out the desk, trying to control off the chest. Couldn't get through the traffic bounce there.
Let's go! Whoa! Hey! USA! USA! Let's go! USA! 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 Go!
It's really, I do whatever they buy all the time. You need to control this.
I don't think that's a good idea.
5 minutes. Going down the field. About 3. You had 1.
At Allstate, what's important to you is important to us.
God, I don't know. This world just came out of nowhere.
And right now, what's important to Blake is not getting in trouble with his dad. The good news is if you have accident forgiveness from Allstate, your auto rate won't go up just because of an accident. Even if it is your fault. Sorry, squirrel's fault. Because we all deserve a second chance. Right, Dad?
No.
If it's important to you,
Right here, baby.
Start here for Adams.
We love rooters. We love rooters.
Voltaire now with relief. And Tom's looking to counter-attack. He's
Let's fucking go! Let's go!
We celebrate
USA! Bravo!
thank you so much, Mr. Moses, and thank you so much, Rockstar.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
Sono San Dettone, le campo inglese. There's dreaming about it, and then there's living it with Platinum. Get access to the largest global airport lounge network. Dining benefits at over 10,000 U.S. Resi restaurants. And exclusive access to unique experiences worldwide that stay with you long after the encore. There's nothing like Platinum. Amex is the proud partner of Olivia Rodrigo.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with Tremfya.
The only IL-23 blocker for Crohn's and UC to offer self-administration from the start.
Tremfya can help with symptom relief as early as 4 weeks, remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and 2 years.
Some have visible repair of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections and lower ability to function, and more problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Break away with Tremfya.
Backed by over 15 years of clinical research. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
How did we do it? Back in the early days. How did they make it through yet another day? Just existing. How did they live their lives without constant? And the resurrection is the same as something else and never else. How do they sleep? What you are. What you are. How do they live? How do you are. Without being superhuman. Time.
Actually, I didn't tell this to you. Actually, a guy comes up to me like, you can't, like, over the 5 miles out, like, what's up? It was great. My story, I'll keep on.
This country has been waiting for its US 3 Paraguay male players not get out on the field. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thierry Henry, that's the analyst. Zlatan, what impressed you so much that first half?
I mean, they played with a lot of confidence. Every player did a top performance, and that's why it's 3-0. You probably think now into the second half, like it would be 0-0. Not get too overconfident. Keep the rhythm, keep the intensity, and just score more goals.
So who's that to
You have to love that reason, you have to come around and try and the way you've been playing, like Alexis said, but what's impressive is how they play. As a team, the intensity, the passion and everything that they were doing, how they were going forward, how they were defending together. It is just outstanding what they've been doing. But be careful, don't give us too much. Let's see how we find this through.
Doesn't look like there's any changes out there, so we suppose the team is going to continue to do what needs to be done to the players, but, you know, at some point you also have depth, so you want to be smart.
To be fair, Alexis said there's a lot about fun so far this has been.
Alexis is enjoying it.
Very fun. Yes, there are some changes with Paraguay. I want to take you back to our commentary team. Stu Hogan, alongside Joey Storm.
Now, that gets interesting. So Christian Pulisic is going to be withdrawn at the half here. Sebastian Berhalter will make his World Cup debut and become the second son of a former U.S. player to take the field in the World Cup. He's got a great, not just a former coach, but a former player at 2 World Cups. Substitution for Paraguay as well. Ryan Bolidia is off. Mauricio, the Brazilian-born naturalized Paraguayan, is on. Second half underway here in Los Angeles. Exactly as Zlatan and Thierry and Alessi have been talking about. You know Paraguay just spent the last 15 minutes in that locker room yelling and screaming at each other, wanting to come out and either make this a game or make it a fist fight. How did the U.S. approach maybe the beginning of the second half?
Yeah, the term that they're using in the studio, act like it's 0-0. What that means on the field is compete, get stuck in like you did at the beginning of the game, but drop your intensity, go for another goal. Just don't relax and let off, because that performance we saw was because of the pressure that the U.S. were putting on. All the movement off the ball, but because they were being brave. And that bravery was rewarded. Now, the other part which we'll get to as we go along, I'm not going to speculate on Christian Pulisic until we get more information, but look at the tone at halftime after playing a half like that. There isn't something going on. That's not exactly yourself. You make it Brazil, you star player. It's just starting in the World Cup with this team. So let's see as we go.
Jimmy Campbell just been speaking with the U.S. coach and says taking the time.
swinging ball, the in-swinging ball towards the goal or away from it. Monroe walks away.
Puto!
Just force Mauricio back, but then Mauricio goes to ground. Just overly aggressive in his tackle in his pursuit.
Substitutions that they can use in the five. You know, get these days in the World Cup games. And it's the other part of the consideration for the other part of not just today, but he was in the yellow card next Friday against Australia. He's now suspended for the Dutch against England. Because he got in front of his defender right on the 6-yard box, just to be played pass instead of trying to play back to break out the work for Paraguay. wonderful for this U.S. team. Having King get their good stuff on Buchanan
Did you know salsa was invented when Puerto Ricans took Cuban rhythms to New York? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was born when the Japanese took judo to Brazil. When North African fine traditions met Spanish skiing, Spain made the churro. After Jamaicans took their salsa to the UK, the world got home. And this is what the world gets when 48 nations meet to play one beautiful game.
More goals, more celebrations. Coors Light.
Let's go! Come on! Have a word about the field! Come down. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, let's go, boy, let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Make a save tonight. He's had a couple good takes, but I'm sure he would appreciate to get a save in and just continue to build his confidence. So he's going to be right here.
Here we go, here we go, here we go! One more! Let's go! Let's go! Come on, boys, come on. Back here! I mean, we just wanted him to be out of bounds, huh? Press! Press him! Step up! Step up! Come on, Tyler. Hey, that's so tough. Way to try. You can't do that. You can't do that. He can't put his ass there. Come on. Oh yeah. Send it up.
As teenagers into this team. And that experience, as he said, it's making the same mistake twice. If you talk about understanding how U.S. is a matter of minutes away from doing just that.
Move the rock! Move the rock! Move it!
See this Freeman back in the
What the fuck? USA! 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 He killed him! That's the NBA!
This is kind of a lead up to what ended up being number 4 Paraguay. This opportunity to show you some of the exhausted. There's a chip for possible action. This complete. Into the middle. I thought we got Miracle. Terrible. Let's go. Handball! Handball! He had like 3 hands. Here we go! Here we go! Ross, get in there! Make it ball! Make it fucking ball! Make it ball! Yeah! Let's go! Let's see. Does he come up with the end of this? That should be a penalty. So that's 5 players for that are facing a possible suspension for accumulation of yellow cards. And as it stands, they're behind the 8 ball a bit. And it would be tomorrow night, late tomorrow night, Australia and Turkey, and their 2 teams in the street, facing off in Vancouver. England John Pickup, Christian Pulisic, whatever the reason for it, go back and post game federation, Argentina.
Keep me on the ground! Don't give a piss about the red, white, and blue.
Just a great moment to say for everybody that's come into this country from around the world and has this World Cup. We're so thrilled to be here.
Let's go!
We're so excited to see all of you over the next month and a half.
Hallelujah, papi! Here we go, right here.
The opportunity for the United States
Let's go!
Oh, he's trying to fucking sneak in.
Big switch!
Beautiful
game for the fellas. Come on, boys. I believe in it. I believe in it. Oh, God. I believe in it. Oh, God. One more. USA! 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 Right here. Oh, man. Come on. Toss it in. Let's get one more. One more goal! 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 Let's go, Robinson. Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, what did happen? Right here, right on the shoe. Just start singing!
USA! USA! Come on, man! Come on, USA! More! USA, baby! Tell them. Go, USA! Let's go, USA!
Bank of America.
What's up? USA, baby. USA!
Team USA!
My big hugs. This is so relaxing.
Pretty good. Didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. I got a little bit of beer on the camera. Hey, it wouldn't have been so bad if you had the lens on. Put my bag under here. This is all my stuff. Shit, my bag is soaked. This is
With an assist.
yeah. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you there. Oh, yeah, they're like,